Revolve Group. Revolve Group. What has happened to this group? It has crashed and burned. Is it on its way to bankruptcy, or can Revolve Group turn it around? Is this company is only a small company trying to go on the rise? It's been struggling. Can they turn it around? Well, let's find out right here, right now at Barry Charles. We're going to do a deep dive. We're going to show you the financials for a stock analysis of Revolve Group. How's the revenue going? How's net profit going? Are we flying high? How's the earnings per share going? Are we seeing, is there financial, if they got free cash flow, long-term debt, and everything in between? Well, we're going to find out here with Revolve Group, and if you stay right to the end, guys and gals, right at the end, I will give you the potential intrinsic value of the company for you to do more research on before you invest into any stock. This is not financial advice. Enter in any stock, crypto, oil, real estate, everything at your own risk. We're here to give you some education right here, right now. Let's go. Welcome, guys and gals. Revolve Group. What is happening out there? What is this company for the people out there? They're trying to be the online revolution for the youth out there. And it has sort of failed. It started off well, and now it's starting to crumble. Can they turn it around? There's potential they can turn it around. They're using AI technology in terms of targeting their groups of people, but at the end of the day, it's about how much you sell, how much it costs, and you going above that and making some decent money. How much money? That's where you make your millions, billions in this case. Do they want to go up higher? That is the question. Can they get to the trillion? They are certainly a long way from that. They're a long way, and only just in making billion at the moment. Revolve Group was higher, but it's crashed and burned. Can they turn it around? Can this company turn it around? Or are they going to be another one that is washed up? Well, we'll find out right here, right now. Let's do the stock analysis of Revolve Group. Basically, they sell fashion items. That's a simple way to put it. They're selling fashion. It's simple as that. That's what they do. They're selling accessories, clothes, the works, to targeting the younger generation, having social influences on their channel, which everyone seems to be doing now, so it's not really any gimmick. It's just the way it's going. But yes, let's have a look at revenue. In 2022 was 1.1 billion and slightly down to 1.7 billion. It's actually more than what their market cap is. Go figure. Their net profit is dropped as well, 58.1 million down to 32.5 million. That's why people are running to the hills. When a company pretty much 40% drops its bottom line, you're going to have people running scared. So that has been why Revolve Group has gone down majorly, especially that the revenue, yes, a little bit, but mainly the net profit. That has been a big drop, and that's why Revolve Group has really gone hayward and down lately. It's just not doing what it needs to do. The 52-week range has been between 12.25 and 31.65, and before that it was higher too. So it really has been a bit of a sad one for you. Some of you folks out there have lost half of your money so far. Doesn't mean you'll lose it forever, but potentially it could go to bankruptcy. So that's a question mark you got there. We're looking at the 1 year, 5 year range. It's down, as I said, down 51% in the last year, and that's clearly because of the net profit. You don't even really need to go anywhere else. The net profit says it all, 40% down in net profit. What do we expect? But the 5 year, it has been up 60%. So over the 5 year period, 60% for a Revolve Group. So within from when it IPO'd. So it's up 60%. So at the end of the day, if you got it at IPO, you made some money. But if you bought it a year ago, you've lost a bit of ka-ching. So what do I see with Revolve Group? I potentially was looking to buy the stock. I never eventuated, and thank goodness I didn't. It was going to be one of those risk plays for me, but at the end of the day, I just couldn't find a good time to buy in. Are you potentially getting a potential good buy in now? Not at current metrics, but if the metrics turn around, potentially, we'll talk about it in intrinsic value soon. There's no dividend for this company, so no need to worry about dividend. Short interest, 25% though, folks. There's 25% of the people out there think it's going to go doomsday for this company. Well, that 25% are they going to be going yeehaw, or they're going to be going oh damn if they turn it around in 2024. Total assets, market cap, just over $1 billion. So yeah, when you're getting revenue more than your market cap, you would say that's a good thing, but yeah, people aren't buying your stock, so market cap needs to go up big time. Sorry, I didn't talk about the earnings per share was 0.37 and PE ratio of 40.5, so that tells you the story. People were expecting growth and it bought into the growth, and even though it's dropped so much, it's still eccentric compared to where it needs to be. So total assets has gone up, which is good, 579 million to 629 million. So very nice. But the total liabilities have gone up a similar sort of amount, from 163 million up to 199 million. But there is a huge gap between the 629 million in total assets and just pretty much 200 in liabilities. So a 3x above that. So that is what you like to see. No long-term debt, beautiful. That's something going for the company. So if you're thinking it's going death's door, as long as they don't get into debt, well, it doesn't mean you can drop it. You can get bankruptcy without going into debt either, because you're not making any money to come in. Free cash flow has gone up as well from 18 million to 31 million. So if you look at that side of things, it's looking pretty good. Shares outstanding 73 million. You've been diluted. And the return on invested capital is about 8.8%. So it's okay, but it's not. So there is some positives with this company. That's what you've got to look at, folks. There is positives and there is negatives. So where does Revolve Group fit into where you need to buy the stock? Well, do you believe the bearish 25% to think this is the end of the world? Revolve Group are going to disappear? Well, potentially. Was it just a fad? That is the question mark you've got to look at with Revolve Group. Looking at Beyond Meat and stocks, and that's some of the AI plays, that the fad flu gone now, and the real businesses come through at the end. These other companies that have been struggling for a while, are they going to turn around? Boeing struggled for a long time. Can they turn around their business model? There's a lot of things going on in play here. Revolve Group, the niche market, but as I said before in previous videos, they need to move on. They got to develop and grow. They can't just be banging this youth group. Yes, there's a niche, but if you want to go to the masses, you need to bring products for everyone. So that's what Revolve Group need to do. They've got to look at ways of growing their business and looking ways to, if they want to get more share. And at the moment, the revenue is sort of staying the same. It needs to go up again. Free cash flow is pretty good. At least it's on the way up, trending up. They've got a decent amount of assets. They need to build that up as well. They could probably push their return on invested capital up, would be good. But yes, in terms of a stock, it's not the worst. Definitely not the worst. Doesn't mean it's not going to zero. It can clearly go to zero. But this is a potential turnaround play, folks. So this is why we come here for the intrinsic value of Revolve. What is happening with Revolve right here, right now? What does the actual numbers mean? So we're going to give you intrinsic value from using TradeBrain's Graham calculator. It's a basic calculation which uses the current share price, earnings per share, growth rate, the current bond yield to give you a potential intrinsic value. Now, just to make a declaration, there's no dividend on this company, so it's okay. But if a company has dividends, you've got to drop that intrinsic value down to allow that into play. So let's just further ado. We can say the current share price is around 15 at time of recording. At the current earnings per share of 0.37 with a growth rate of 5%. With the current bond yield, you are losing half your money, about $7 was the intrinsic value compared to the current share price of 15. So you are overpaying. So you are paying for future goods. Now, if the future is going to stay the same, but they're going to grow at 10%, which at the moment they dropped by about 40%, folks. So that's the question mark you got to have in your head. Then you're still losing money at $11 the intrinsic value. Now starting to get into even value is that the growth rate stays at 10%, but you bring up the stock at 0.52% roughly of the earnings per share. Now you're looking at a break-even sort of money. But if you think the pie in the sky, well, there is no real pie in the sky, but if you think it's going to go to 0.7, they're going to double the earnings per share at 15%, then you're looking at $28 and nearly a double up. So you got a lot of work to do to make some decent money out of this long-term investment, folks. They got to turn it around, at least get 15% growth rate, double their earnings per share at least and more to start actually be worth the investment. If you believe they can do that, do more research, and then potentially this is a buy for you. But even at best of the best at the moment, even if you went higher and say they went to $1 and at 15% growth rate, you're looking probably $40 with a bit more growth rate too. Yes, so where do I see Revolve right now? It's not on my radar. It's a potential turnaround play, don't get me wrong. Do I see it going to $100? Well, it could potentially, but they would have to do a lot of things right for that to happen. If they do that, then $100 could easily happen. But it could easily as well get a bankruptcy. It's up to the management to turn this around. They need to find the products that the people love. And obviously, at the moment, the AI technology is probably not hitting where they were expecting. All the big talk is that AI technology can tell the customer what the customer wants. Well, at the moment, it's potentially saying that's failing. So if they can turn that around, Revolve Group is a potential buy. But anyway, this is a stock analysis on Revolve Group and intrinsic value. Hope you got a lot out of the video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. And remember that you can make money in the stock market, but make sure you learn as you go, because there is learnings all the way through, knowing when to sell a stock at the right time if it's going down, whether or not to just continue buying, whether to get rid of it, or so what stocks you should invest into, because at the end of the day, everybody's different. We all got different minds. My mind doesn't work the same as you at home. You need to realize what your strengths are. You got to find your strengths. This is the thing. If you go with your weaknesses, like say, oh, let's just buy Domino Pizza because I like that. I buy Apple because I have an Apple product. You buy this because you like it. That's not a good way to invest. Doesn't mean you can't make money, but you more than likely will lose in the end because you just buy at any price without doing the research to make yourself a millionaire. Well, thank you so much for joining me here at the channel. Have an awesome day out here, and I'm here each and every week with 3 videos just for you to understand some of your favorite companies. If you have a company you want to suggest, put it down in the comments. Have a great day out there.